Welcome back to Gin In Teacups.
Come and have a chat with Miss Hannigan. Considering how participating she's been with the design of her own covers and how willing she's been to show it all with the recording diaries,
does she believe music has boundaries and expression definitely shouldn't?
Well, for me, with records, when I was a kid, I really loved the artwork. You know, I really pored over it and appreciated it when it had been taken care of. And I do think it's not necessarily an important part, but for me it was that I wanted to kind of use that other aspect of rapping, you know, to kind of fully kind of flesh out what I imagined for the record. It isn't necessarily an important part to some people, you know, and the music is fine itself, but it seemed like a shame to not utilize it to its fullest, you know. And in terms of making the videos, I love making music videos, and some music videos I think do sort of illuminate the song more, like with that song Little Bird. We made a video where I'm underwater for the whole video, and it's one take underwater, so it's quite claustrophobic but kind of peaceful as well at the same time, which is sort of what the song is about. You know, the song is a peaceful sort of eulogy of sorts, and so the video actually makes it more than it was. So you know, for me, posters and the artwork and videos, they're all just kind of opportunities to make things, you know, that you believe in, you know, that sort of represent what you're doing. So I try to do that. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it, you know, works better than others, but I certainly try to.
On a delicate matter such as the art of making music,
does she think it's hard to find someone to share a common perspective on life and the world with?
I try to be as specific as I can about, you know, when I'm writing a song, I have to sort of become more that way. And even though you know we would necessarily know what it was about, I try to be very specific to myself about it, and as sort of truthful as I can be. And I imagine that is something which is something that resonates, a very general kind of sentiment, you know, that actually doesn't necessarily resonate with anyone, you know, when you're talking in cliches and things. So I just make the music that I want to make, and you know, when people come to gigs, if it resonates with them, if it has meaning for them in any way, then that's amazing. And you know, I have music that does that for me, but that's sort of, you know, I'm not setting out to do that necessarily. You know, I'm just writing music, and I love to play it, but I don't see it as a sort of a beacon of any kind.
Since she's used to write while on tour,
does she feel like it's more authentic to write down emotions in the very moment she's experiencing them?
I don't think it's more authentic, no. I mean, I think it's authentic however way. You know, some people craft songs for ages, you know, and things, ideas and situations, you know, need to percolate a little bit before you can make sense of them. And I was sort of writing on the road just because I was on the road. You know, that was where I was. So if I didn't, I would have come home at the end of a year and a half and not have any songs, you know, for the next record. So it's not an ideal situation because there's a lot of people wandering around so easy. And, you know, you don't necessarily want to be sitting there thinking about your feelings in that, you know, with like your friends around to laugh at you. But you know, it needs must really, and I don't think it's a case of authenticity, or it's really just how it happens, you know. Really, sometimes, you know, most of the time I don't at all, and I'll go off and look for frocks and food, and you know, but every once in a while, if you know, get the impetus to do it, you know, it's absolutely fine, and also you're kind of surrounded by all of the instruments and people to bounce ideas off and everything. So in fact, you know, in some ways it's an ideal place to kind of bash out ideas.
Some say happiness writes white.
Does she think there has to be some degree of unsatisfaction to feel the need to express oneself through art?
I haven't found that really. I mean, I definitely, on this record, there's a few songs about that are very happy, and then there's a few that are very sort of introspective and aren't necessarily the happiest of songs. But I don't find either easier to write. Really, I think it's just that there's a strong kind of feeling of force to kind of, you know, to get it out there. If it's feeble in any happy or sad, it tends not to turn into a song. You know, you sort of have to have a golden scheme, you know, a nugget of an idea to kind of make a song come out of it. I'm okay with the happy songs. I'm okay with writing. It depends. It depends what you're, you know, I've got a ukulele, so I tried to write not an unhappy song, but it's sort of a fraught, tense song on the ukulele because the ukulele is the happiest of all instruments, and I sort of didn't want to encourage it along those lines. So I wanted to write this sort of tense song on it, and I kind of like that juxtaposition. But then I don't know what the saddest of all instruments is. Probably a cello. Maybe that's probably quite depressing. I have a few of them on the record. So yeah, I don't know. I'm an equal opportunity songwriter, I think.
We're sure you've enjoyed this one.
Now stay tuned because there's more coming your way.
And until then,
Bye!
Oh my